Yeah. So in the last class, we learned about the introduction of the Globus toolkit. What is the Globus toolkit, ma? It is nothing but a middleware. What is a middleware? Whenever you want to perform some grid transactions, what is a grid? A collection of computers. So what is the use of this computer actually? It is nothing but to share your data, to access some applications. So this is the main use of this. A single computer or single laptop. We want more memory, we want more processing capability. If that is the case, we can go the grid concept where many number of computers are connected, where amount of data to process is going to be more, where the storage is going to be the more. So all the benefits we have with this. So we can do with that. Okay. So but who will take care of all the transactions? All the transactions means whenever you want to make a connection to the grid, whenever you want to transfer your data, whenever you want to perform some security operations or processing, who will take care of? It is nothing but a grid concept. Who will take care of this? A toolkits or middleware packages, okay, or softwares we can say. So these are the things who will take care of all the this middleware processing or intermediate processing. Okay, so this is nothing but Globus toolkit architecture. So in the previous class we learned what is the middleware, what is the Globus middleware. Now we have some versions of these architectures. At present we are in 4th version according to the author, but we are in 6th version of the Globus toolkit, but we don't have that syllabus forever as a part of the JNU Anandapur syllabus. Okay, now what is the Globus toolkit? Which I said previously, it is nothing but an open source middleware. Open source middleware. Who developed this? It is developed by DARPA. Okay, Defense Research Academy, who will take care of all the connectivity and security concept. They developed this in 1995 with the help of Globus Alliance. Right. So what it contains? It contains the libraries. It contains library. What is the library? A small set of a program. A program which can able to perform a data processing or data storage or retrieving or storing or manipulating any data which supports by set of libraries. Okay, so it contains a set of libraries in terms of tools or apps for solutions to the common problems. What are the solutions to the common problems is we will see in seconds. Yeah, so it is a software with components and capabilities that includes. So what it can perform, what we can perform with this Globus toolkit is a big question. Okay, so it helps us to manage our resources. The management can be creation of a space for your resources, the maintenance of your resources, providing security for your resources. So all comes under as a single management. If you want to do any alterations in your data, you can do that. If you want to find for your data, you can do that, or anything which is relevant to that. Okay, ma? So these are some of the issues. This is the first solution we can get by using the Globus toolkit. Next, tools for building web services. So it allows us to interact globally with any person in the world by using the web services only. So it is a powerful standard-based security prerequisite for authentication and authorization. Okay, so it also helps us to provide security, which I mentioned previously. It also helps us to provide a lot of interfaces, APIs, that is application programming interfaces, means for any type of application in terms of usage of their language or interface, it supports. It doesn't reject a part of their own providing services, but it allows many type of languages services. Okay. Next, it also allows detailed documentation on these various documents. So these are some of the issues we can resolve by using this Globus toolkit version 4 when you are going to use this global grid connectivity in terms of a cloud computing. Okay, so what are the main things or what are the solutions for our problems means? So it helps us to resource discovery, which I mentioned previously, to monitor your data, to manage your data, to communicate any people in the world, to provide the security, to provide your data indeterminately. Means any time 24/7 you can get your data. How? By providing fault detection concept. Whenever there is a fault in any communication, it automatically and it will resolve the data availability, and it will get back the data whatever you want. And the portability issues. What is the portability? So any type of language, any type of software, any type of app, it allows you to manage your data. Okay, to share your data. So for what? What the resources means? What the resource itself means? It helps to provide communication to computers to store your data, to store your or to process your data, services, network connectivities, science instruments means sensors. For example, if you are going to use the IoT, which can able to access the data from the devices only. If that is the case, it also allows the different type of devices attached to your computer to store your data or to access your data. So these are the means by which we can use a Globus Toolkit software. So there is a pictorial representation for this architecture. See this. Here if you observe this, as I said previously, each kit is nothing but a collection of libraries. What is the library? It is nothing but a set of software which can help us to perform lot of operations. So like this also, these libraries are divided into 3 layers. One is the high level services and tools, next one is the core services, and last one is the local services. What are the high level services? High level services means it's try to interface with the direct user. The user is able to interface with any computer means by using these tools only. For example, Punch, Globus, Run, MPA, Cactus, DRM and Grid Status. So these are some of the tools by which the user can able to run his application. And core services plays a vital role. What are the core services? See, if you want to make any communication with any person, if you want to store your data, if you want to process your data, if you want to access your data, how they are going to be happen? So this is because of some of the applications they have been built instead of your grid computing. Okay, so these services are nothing but the core services. See, if it is for reliability, means whenever you want to, if you are not able to, if you lost the data, in your system or any application, the replica catalog will verify. So where the any other copy of your data. Okay, it is the resource and access management. How to perform IO devices, how to give the security, how to monitor your services, how to provide the local file system. Okay, so these are some of the services by which we can get a flexibility in terms of all means. So these are nothing but the core services. So next services are local services. Local services means there is no intervention for this to the user. But whenever there is a need of connectivity, whenever there is an interfacing, okay, so these tools, whenever there is a OS contribution or any accessing, then automatically it will perform these services. Okay, so these are nothing but the local services. I repeat, so the grid architecture contains how many types of services? 3 types of services in terms of 3 layers. One is the high level services, core services, local services. So we have to learn about this middle one only, the core services. Okay, now we will see this. So GT4 offers a middleware core services in grid applications. What is the main theme? Here we have a lot of protocols and tools and libraries, but what the GT4 will intend to? It is intend to only middle level core services only. Right. So high level services and tools such as MPA, PonderG, NairoG are developed by third parties. So any other one will take care of, take the request of any company who is going to provide the grid service. From that they going to be develop some tools which can be helpful to the user. Okay. The local services such as LSF, TCP, Linux and Corda are the bottom levels and are fundamental tools supplied by the other developers. Okay, ma. So you see, I can't say a single company will able to develop all the services which are using by supporting by GT4. No, not at all. A lot of companies are contributing, but the GT4 will act as a middle one who can able to access any type of application, who can able to provide any type of services to the user. Okay, so these are the Globus configuration steps. Here we have steps. For example, initially we have to install our GT4 architecture software or tool. We have to create the logins. Okay, and we have to install the minimum prerequisite softwares. For For example, Java, Apache. Okay. After that, we have to run. We have some command called as export global location, where is the software has been installed in our computer. We have to get that location, and we have to use a command called as a configure, so it can able to configure your computer so that it to support for different type of services. Later, we have to run your Globus toolkit. Version 4, make install configuration so that a lot of services like FTP, reliable file transfer and GRAM can able to access. So hope you remember these words which we learned in few seconds back. So these are from core services only. Next we have to configure the certificate authority. So the security also one of the major role playing by GT4. So they have to configure that certificate authority also, the default values which we need for generate certificate. What is certificate authority, ma? See, a person who is able to identify you, to introduce to any other person, he is called as a certificate authority. Without his certificate about you, you are not able to access any other data or services. Right? He is called as a certificate authority. For that, you have to provide the default values, means your name, your email ID, any other specific marks of you, like that. Okay, so request certificate. Later, we are going to identify in terms of mapping information. For example, we have an Aadhaar card. With Aadhaar card only in India, a lot of people information is going to be getting out. What is the people information? What is the date of birth? What is the initial? What is the name? Who is the parents? What is the locality? Okay, so all the information is going to stay in Aadhaar card only. So like this, we can do this. Next, usage of GT4 or resource management. So how we can use this GT4 resource management? See this. As I said previously, in GT4 architecture in terms of 3 layers, the middle layer is only the important one, which is contributing a lot of core services, right? So here we will run one by one. The first one is a GRAM, Global Resource Allocation Manager, which helps us to give resources to you or allocate space wherever the grid is available in the total world. Okay, communication, which helps us to communicate with any other person in the grid computing. So in terms of unicast and multicast, unicast means one-to-one interaction, multicast means one-to-many interaction. Grid security infrastructure, it is the one which gives the security in terms of encryption, in terms of authorization, in terms of authentication, etc. etc. Next, monitoring and discovery services. See, for example, you have been request a service which is not available at present in the grid. The MDers will discover that service, okay, whenever it is available and give access to you. Okay, that's the main theme of the monitoring and discovery services. See, the names itself gives explanation to their functionality, ma. Don't worry about that. And health and status management. Health and status management means it will find out the discovery of the resources. Okay, see, the resources is not working properly or not. If it is working properly, it will have to give the heartbeat to the maintainer. The maintainer will take care of the resources, right? So that is called as a health and status management. Next, global access of secondary storage. See, if you want to store your data, the system, any grid service provider have to maintain the secondary storage, right? So the GAS will take care of the secondary storage of the services. Next, grid file transfer means the local file transfer will take care of GTF or grid FTP. Okay, so these are the things, or these are the some of the tools which are contributing this service to successful of your operation in the grid. Okay, so functional modules, see, which I listed previously, GRAM, Nexus, GRAM for access and management of the services or resources, it is for communication, it is for security, it is for monitoring and discovery services, it is a health and status, it is nothing but the secondary storage, it is nothing but the global file system, grid files transfer. Okay, ma. Next, the main components and programming model. So what are the main components? They are going to be addressed in the GT4R. See, whatever the functionality I have been explained now, they are divided in terms of the 5. Okay, we have lot of services the grid is providing, but specifically every service comes under one of the 5 categories. Those are security, data management, execution management, information services, and finally common runtime. I repeat, those are security, data management, execution management, information services and common runtime. Okay, but so in the security what will come? They are going to provide the authorization. Delegation means, see, one-time password, that is called as a delegation. Okay, your credentials are going to store somewhere, that is called as a delegation. Authorization, authentication and web services, and finally credential management. Okay, in data management what it maintains? Replication of your data, data access integration, reliability of your data, the grid, file transfer, local file transfer and replica, where the storage of these replicas, multiple copies. What is the use of these replicas, ma? Of course, it is going to waste some memory, but whenever your data has been lost, it is the one which will take care of your lost data, so that the reliability of the service will maintain throughout the service. Ma, just wait a minute. Okay, next, execution management. What will execute? Execute means your resource allocation and execution of your concept. So community or scheduler framework, your request where you are going to be, they are going to find out, workspace for you and resource allocation for you, and web services if you needed any internet connection, they are going to provide the execution management. Information services. See, they are going to provide the index. Index means, see, these are the information you have. Okay, so this is the net connectivity you have. So these are the conditions you have. So this is nothing but monitoring and discovering of MSD file. Okay, next, common runtime. Common runtime means for any application they are going to provide the common service only. Common service only. They go with this, any type of language we can use for your service. Okay, so these are the common runtime. So these are the four things, ma. These are the four things by which we can perform grid services in an effective manner. Okay. Next, so there are 5 families of JT4 components. What are those? Common runtime. Next one, security. Next one, data management. Okay. Next one, information services, monitoring and discovering services, and finally the last one is the execution management. What the execution management will do? Execution management components deal with the initiation, monitoring, management, scheduling, coordination of everything. Transaction is going to be done by execution management only. Now, it is a time to know how the workflow is going to be happen. Who will request this? How they are going to be done? Is going to verify here. So, global job workflow among interactive functional modules. Okay, see this. See, whenever the job is there, whenever you are going to make a request or submit a request, it is the one which will take care of all the resources and access management. Okay, but the resources is going to be verified before providing access to you in terms of the delegation only. What is the delegation? Your credentials, your Aadhaar card information. Whenever the GRAM is ready or verified your delegations, then only it can able to provide the access to your files. Your files, okay. Your files is going to be accessed by GRAM whenever your credentials are proved. Okay, so after that we are going to be providing some segregator or schedule manager which will provide the schedule to you to access your data. Okay, so everybody is going to maintain some schedule. What the resources somebody is asking, at what time we have to provide the service, is going to maintain slots. Okay, so the scheduler will take care of, will make a request to the local scheduler. Okay, the local scheduler find your resources, that is your user job. If it is able to provide, okay, if it is able to provide the local services, it will make access to the grid FTP where your files are stored. Okay, whenever the grid FTP is ready to provide your resources, request resources, it will allot the same to the grid FTP, and there you can provide the data to the customer or client. Okay, so this is the one happening here. Next, client globus interactions. How the client globus interaction is going to be done is, it have a one single diagram. A client is there, a server is there, a server which is going to using either Java or file delegation, so or C language or Python. Whoever the client is going to be, whatever the language they are going to using be. So every server is ready with the GRAM, resource allocation, the file transfer, the delegation, the index and the trigger. So every service is going to be verified in this. There is no doubt at all. There is no doubt at all that any user can access his, any type of user can access their data. Okay, ma? So this is the client globus interaction. And what is the globus contain? The globus container is the one which provides a basic runtime environment for hosting the web services. Means, for example, here I am going to provide some animations, or by using the Google Meet I am going to provide a network connectivity to you. If it is not there, anybody can able to provide? No, not at all. Na? So that is called as a globus container. See, the container is built with heavy use of SOAP engines, means service oriented access protocol, which gives provide services to you. Right. See, this is the one, it is called as a container. The container will take a request from the user, the transport request to the service oriented access protocol, by which it is going to activate the web service, my internet services, which going to request the globus toolkit. Okay, globus toolkit, and later is going to dispatch your services based upon your request. Okay, so this is called as a container. That's it, ma. So for today this is nothing but yes, there is no need of that slide. So this is the end of the session for today, which is nothing but we learn about globus toolkit 4. Okay, na. So I will end the session for